Welcome, everybody. Matt Jakstis here from Industry Icon, and I have the great pleasure of being joined today by the wonderful Meeta Dani. Meeta is an incredible businesswoman and an incredible artist. I don't know which one she's better at, frankly, because and coach, I will say that, because as I've come to know Meeta over the last, month plus, I see how much talent she has in her art and in helping people. So today, she is going to share how to overcome the fear of selling. Maybe you can relate to this. I've been doing sales for a long time, and I know I've been hindered by fear many times in the past when I was starting. So Meeta is going to take about 30 minutes and walk us through a process to how to overcome that you can use in your business, in your life. So Meeta, welcome.
Thank you so much, Matt, for introducing me to your group. Today, I'm here just because all of you have given me an opportunity to help you overcome the fear of selling. I would like to introduce myself more as an artist than as a businesswoman. And I'm an artist. I feel that all the people out there in this world is having some art form inside themselves. This is my painting. You can see, and my book, Realistic Watercolor Unleashed. This is my book. And I help artists to go to their first 6 figures or multiple 6 figures over a period of 1 year. I love teaching artists how to earn and how to overcome the fear of selling and everything so that they can work efficiently and effortlessly in their business.
Love that. Yes. So I do have a couple questions for you. And right now, if you're watching this, maybe you can relate to that, even if you're not an artist. But as Meeta said, we all have our art. Maybe it's writing, maybe it's acting, maybe it's as a coach, maybe you're a doctor, whatever it is. We all have our art, and our business is often connected to that. But maybe you can relate to the fact that you've ever felt that you love doing your thing, but you don't like to sell it. You like to practice it, but you feel a little resistance or yucky or something makes you not enjoy the process of selling it. Well, we're going to figure out how to overcome that today. So Meeta, start out and tell us what is behind that fear when someone has resistance to the sales process. What's going on?
In order to understand the fear of selling, we have to understand first of all, what exactly is fear. And then we will relate to it with the selling. So a person experiences fear because of a few of these. Like number one, they don't know what it is. So let's say I'm going in a direction and that direction is not known to me. I'm not aware of it. So I will get a fear. Let's say I'm boarding a bus and I don't know where the bus is going. So I will have a fear. Let's say I want to do a bungee jumping and I don't know how to do it. So I will get a fear, right? So unknown, fear of unknown. Then let's say we think that thing, what is there, it is not good. So let's say stealing is not good. We know that stealing is not good. So we will not do it. We will have that fear. No, I don't want to do it. Let's say we know that drugs is not good. So we were scared of it. We don't want to do it, right? So we have the fear of doing something when we think that it should not be done or it is not something good about it. Then we have fear of offending people. Like this is a natural fear. We don't want to offend people. We are good people. We don't want to offend anyone. We do have the fear of offending. So from our childhood to adulthood, we have been trained, we have been nurtured, we have been taken care of. And we feel that we should also do the same thing to other people. So we don't want to offend people, right? So that is the fear of offending people. Then from like our society and our culture and our upbringing has made us realize that people judge other people. And we are habituated to, even if we don't like people judging us, we end up judging other people. So when we judge other people, we feel that other people must also be unconsciously judging us because we are also unconsciously judging other people. So we don't like people judging us. Like right now I'm wearing this, maybe some people will not like it. But if I have a fear of getting judged, then I feel that, oh no, I should not do anything to aggravate that so that people are judging me. So these are the basic human fears. Basic, and it works everywhere. You go for traveling or anything, it works. Now what happens is all this thing is combined when we are trying to sell. When a person tries to sell, either the person is, and people also have the fear of doing some mistakes. So like we have been scolded in our school when we do some mistake. We have been scolded by our parents and relatives and friends. We have been criticized by people. We have been laughed at people when we do some mistakes in our past. So now all these 5 fears is combined together, and when we are asked to sell something, we feel the fear of getting judged. We feel the fear of getting rejected. We feel the fear of offending people. We feel the fear of unknown, that what is going to come. Then we don't know what is selling. So we are trying to do something which we don't know how to do. Okay. Plus there is another thing is that maybe, like sales is something, it is a skill, it is an art, just like storytelling is an art, sell is art. Now, every salesperson goes through different phases. First, they are like, they don't know how to sell. Then they practice, and then they master, isn't it? Every salesperson. So there are a lot of salespeople who have touched our life when they are dabblers, when they don't know how to sell. So they ended up offending us. So we feel that when we will do that, we will also offend another person, and we don't want to offend that person, right? And because of all these reasons, we have developed a fear of selling. And it is very natural. There is nothing wrong in that. Like if I ask you to do bungee jumping, you will also get that fear, isn't it? But bungee jumping is not a requirement for professionals, for entrepreneurs. So it is okay. If I have a fear of bungee jumping, not a problem. But if we have a fear of selling, we definitely have a problem, because otherwise our profession will be ruined, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fantastic. So we have the multiple types of fears that are all kind of together: the fear of judgment, the fear of the unknown, maybe just thinking that selling isn't a positive thing to put people through. And some of that, you're right, I think comes from the fact of our own past interactions when someone tried to sell something to us in a way that we didn't appreciate. We felt manipulated or pressured. And
they are also like dabblers, right? Those salespeople are also dabblers.
Right. But as you said, selling, okay, these fears are happening sometimes and they're preventing, but if it's bungee jumping, no big deal. But if you have a business or want to have a business, a fear of selling is going to cause you to resist it, which is going to cause you to do less of it, which is going to cause you to make less money, and your business is going to suffer. So tell us about, I think you're very right about these fears, and I think you're going to share with us some ways to reframe them and overcome them. But what is the impact that they have if you're experiencing this? Because I think it's important to really get in touch with that impact so we can see, hey, what's at stake if you do not face your resistance or your fear to selling?
First, we have to understand that we are anyway selling. Let's say, for example, my daughter comes and says, Mama, I want a tortilla today. I just want a tortilla today. And I will say, no, I am not feeling in a mood to say tortilla. Now, what she can do, she can use her natural way of selling her idea that she wants a tortilla, or she can compromise that, okay, fine, Mama doesn't give tortilla, okay, and she will get upset, right? So any of that. Same happens everywhere. Like if you are very good in presenting yourself, in selling yourself, then maybe you will end up marrying the person of the whom you love. Or if you are not somebody who is good in that, then you will marry somebody as a compromise, and then you will compromise for the entire life. Same happens, like if you are good in sales, maybe you will get in a very good reputed company and in a very good job, or maybe not. If you are good in sales, then you will be a very good business person, or you will not, right? So sales is not something we are selling a product. Selling is always like right from letting people know our ideas and helping people realize that that is good, allowing people to come and adjust to our ideas, that is selling, right? It is not like, it is nothing optional, right? Like eating food is not optional, isn't it? Exactly like that, selling is not optional. It is not optional, it is mandatory. Now, either you learn the skill and grow in your life and do not end up ruining it and don't suffer, or you compromise. isn't it? It is not optional. So
Yes.
just by learning that it is not optional, we have to understand that there is only one way of doing it, no two way. It is not like learning, I don't want to learn sales. It is not like that. You have to learn sales.
Yeah,
Like you
absolutely.
cannot say, I don't want to walk. I don't want to learn how to walk. Can
Well,
you
I
say
think,
like
yeah. I mean, for success, yes, people can always, it's like maybe health or walking. You could say, no, I don't want to walk, but it's going to come at a very high cost. So when we realize that, as you said, sales it touches every part of life. There is a book written that is titled To Sell is Human, and it
yeah,
goes over everything. Maybe you're not selling for your business right this second, but maybe you're selling a friend on why they should come on a vacation with you, or you're selling a new person on why they should go on a date with you, or you're selling your kid on why they should eat broccoli tonight. So selling is more than just taking money from someone. It is an interaction where you're persuading and you're communicating effectively. So if you learn how to do that, it's going to help your whole life, not just a little narrow sliver of your business. And if you don't, it's going to impact and hurt your whole life.
exactly.
Right? Got it. So you told us a little bit about the fears that are behind it, shine some light on that. We understand some of the impact and the result that it can have if you resist learning to sell. You can't just say, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. My business is good enough, or my offers are good enough. I don't have to sell them, because that's just not true. So how can we, if someone's watching and saying, okay, I get it. I want to overcome this. What do we do? How can someone effectively overcome this resistance and fear of selling?
See, I will tell that many people, they say that I don't want to learn sales. Okay. So actually here we don't have to learn sales. We have to unlearn. We are already born with the skill of selling. Okay. Every child, like right from taking birth, the child is a master in sales. Like the child just cries to the loudest of the voice and tries to attract the attention of the mama, who is deep in sleep and totally, like, tired, and still cries for the milk, and gets the mama up in the middle of the night and makes her do what the kid wants, right? Like you stop a person from child from getting a lollipop in a store, lollipop store, and then you will realize how good the person is in sales, right? So a monkey, like even if a monkey is in cage, the monkey always has the inner instinct of how to jump in a tree. Exactly like that, a human being has an inner instinct, has a born capability of selling. So just by understanding that every single human being has a born capability of selling, and they just need to polish it, that's all. Now, why they need to polish it? Let's say we have got a gold, and the gold is there in a mud. So the gold has got covered with mud. So it will still remain gold. Exactly like that, we still are a good salesperson. All the thing is the society, the environment has helped us not to practice selling from the childhood. Like, have you practiced mathematics from childhood? In school?
Right, yes.
So you don't have the fear of mathematics, right? Addition. Like if I say 5 plus 3, you will say, no, I don't want to do 5 plus 3. I'm scared. You will not say like that, right?
Right.
But our society and our education system has not included the topic sales in the school books.
Yeah.
So we were not given the constant polishing touch from the school days, like we have been done for mathematics. Like I never use history, right? I don't use the history language, but throughout my kindergarten till not kindergarten, I think 5th grade, till 10th grade, I learned history. Am I using history? No, I'm not using history. But still they taught me. They could have used sales. They could have used banking. They could have used investment. Like they could have taught us how to work with shares, but they haven't. Why? Because it is the government. They don't want every single human being to be master in sales. Why? Because if they do that, everyone will become an entrepreneur. They will not become a job-oriented person. And once they become entrepreneur, who is going to do the jobs of the government? So they purposely never taught us sales. It is a scam.
Yeah, I agree. Some of the topics that are taught are maybe, you know, not
Useless.
bad. I love history,
They're
but
useless. They're absolutely useless.
But they're not, yeah. Some are very relevant that aren't taught, like sales. I agree, or finance. That's a great one. So you're saying that we are born with a natural ability to connect and persuade, but then through our education, oftentimes that doesn't get cultivated. So, okay, so what can someone who's listening right now, how can they start getting back in touch with that and start polishing, as you said?
So first of all, in order to overcome the fear of selling, we have to understand what exactly is selling, because we cannot appreciate something which we don't understand, isn't it? Right? So we have to understand that what exactly is selling. So let's say I'm in a job. Okay, let's say I'm in a job, right? And every single day I'm doing some work and I'm getting salary at the end of the month. So I will say, no, I'm not at all related to selling. Why? You are related to selling. How come? Because when you are in a job, your employer is paying you the money. Where the employer is getting the money? Because the employer is also having some employees who are working as a salesperson for that particular employer. Okay, or maybe you are working in a franchisee and the franchisee has been sold by one person to another person, and that's why you have been hired, right? So this world will stop working and will come to a halt if all the salesperson throughout the world goes for a strike.
Yeah.
Somebody somewhere selling something to someone, and that's why this entire world is going on.
Right.
As a mother, you are selling the concept that eat vegetables to the child, and that's why the child is eating vegetables, and that's why the child is having health. So selling is everywhere. So by not appreciating salespersons, by saying that sales is not good, you are actually closing your eyes. So if I close my eyes, it doesn't mean that the day will not turn into night and the night will not turn into day. If I close my eyes, sales will not turn into bad. Okay, so
right.
that is what. So that is the first thing you have to understand, that you need to appreciate salesperson, the job done by salesperson, because if you don't appreciate the job done by salesperson, you will not love the identity that you yourself are a salesperson.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Now, once you know that I am a salesperson, then you have to understand that, do you want to become a good salesperson or a bad salesperson? Right? Now, if you think that, yeah, your life is getting affected because your sales skills are not that polished, it is better to polish it, then you will appreciate the learnings for selling someone. Okay, that is the number one. So to overcome the fear of selling, you have to appreciate salesperson and their efforts. Now let's say you have got you have come across a salesperson who was nasty, who was pushy, who was salesy, who was like selling something which you don't want. So understand that that salesperson also is going through a phase, right? So by doing wrong kind of selling, the slowly that salesperson must have improved by now, isn't it? So you forgive that person and let's focus on learning the sales, right? Now that part is gone. Is that part gone? Like now at least a person can identify that, yeah, now I think I need to learn sales. That will be good for me. That will be good for my family. That will be good for my business. That will be good for my life, isn't it? And that will be good for the entire world's economy also. Just imagine that everyone is selling comfortably, then the world economy will go up, right?
Yeah.
So for all these reasons, let's say you understand that now I have to sell. The next thing which can help you to overcome the selling is, you cannot offend another person. then you will see that, no, but people have offended me. No, no, no. People have never offended you. You felt offended.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I give you a rotten banana. Matt, this is a rotten banana. Okay, I have a paintbrush. I will give you. Matt, this is a rotten banana. Eat it. What you will do, Matt? You will eat it?
If I know it's rotten, no, probably not.
No, right? So I'm telling you that this is a rotten banana. You will eat it? No, right? So you always have the right to feel offended or not to feel offended.
Right.
People who don't know how to control their emotions, they think that another person is making them feel offended, but nobody can make you feel offended.
Right. It's
feel offended. You feel offended. Like nobody can make you feel angry. You feel angry because you don't have self-control.
Yeah. It's our judgment of it and our perception that that create those feelings. Absolutely. So I think
you cannot make another person feel offended, right? You will get a fear of selling, maybe because maybe you think that the product that you are selling is not suitable for that another person. Mm-hmm. So you will think that why should I sell my product to another person if that is not suitable? So that you can rule out by asking them questions that whether they need it or not. So when you approach a sales conversation, you never approach with the idea that I will end up selling that person. Right. So if I approach with the idea that, Matt, today I'm going to sell you $25,000 product, like in the back of my mind, oh, Matt has come for my strategy session. Let's sell Matt a $25,000 product. If you have that crappy idea in your mind, if you are that much hungry and craving for money, maybe you will end up having a negative feeling towards sales.
Right.
But if you go with a neutral idea that let's first understand whether Matt needs my product or service. Do I really think that Matt wants my product? My product is meant for him. It is going to give him 10 times more result. If I have that neutral feeling, then I will not come to the sales conversation with that idea that, oh, maybe I will end up offending you. Maybe I will end up selling you the wrong product. I will not, because I will first check out whether it is the right product or not.
Yeah, it's curiosity. If you show up, and I always encourage people to lead their sales conversations from a place of being curious. Your goal is not to sell someone something. It's to find out, ask questions, and see if you have a solution to their pain, their problem. And if you do, great, then you can tell them about it and they can decide or not to engage with it, to buy it, to take action on it. But first and foremost, I agree. If you're ever feeling nervous about sales, show up and just be curious and just try to find out, can I help this person? And only after you answer that question, do you ever consider offering them the thing. That's how you can make sure that they're going to get exactly what they need from you. So yeah, I absolutely agree on that.
That will help you to not feel scared at the time of selling when you are coming with the idea of helping versus selling or product pushing, right? So you're not actually more interested in pushing your product, but you're more interested in finding out, can your product help the other person, right? So that is done, no offending. Now, regarding people getting judged, let's say you have a tremendous fear of you getting judged. So I will tell you one thing, that even Jesus Christ got criticized, isn't it?
Yeah.
He got even tortured. So do you think that if people can judge Oprah Winfrey, if people can judge Martin Luther King Jr., if people can judge Mahatma Gandhi, if people can judge Jesus Christ, are you better than him that people will not judge you? No. Right. So you have got two options. Do nothing, be nothing, and nobody will judge you. Yeah. Because people are not going to judge a beggar, right? Oh, that beggar is looking cheap, messy hair, messy dress. No, because he's not anyone. When people will judge you when you are someone, when you're somebody. So to become somebody, you have to do something. So if you do something good, be somebody good, then only people will judge you. Right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, people will not judge you. Maximum, they will say, oh, I don't like that person. That's it. And anyways, people will say that, right? I haven't seen my self-development better. Learning sales is one of the best form of self-development. Best. Because if you want to sell authentically, you have to raise up to a very high extent. You need to have integrity. You need to be authentic from inside.
Yes.
You need to have authentic product. If you have everything good, then you will end up selling successfully. So learning sales and successfully selling something is one of the best way of forcing you to be self-aware and self-developed.
Absolutely. I always say for our clients and in our company, Industry Icon, that your business grows to the extent that you grow. And as your business grows, you will also grow. So it's a back and forth exchange. And sales, I think, is one of the most, the times where you can learn so much about yourself and you can face fears, as we're talking about today, and you can really grow and become a more curious, connected, authentic person. Who, as you said, is willing to risk being judged. Because, you know, if you want to be an Oprah or a Gandhi or a Jesus, or even if you don't want to be them, if you want to be your best self and your highest potential self in your business, guess what? It means you have to take the risk, vulnerability, the potential that someone might not like you. And I think it's also good to remind yourself that worst case scenario, if someone doesn't like you, judges you, so what? Life goes on. No one's ever died from being offended or from offending someone else.
Right.
So
many people have the fear of getting a no in sales.
Yeah.
Let's understand, from childhood to adulthood, the word no is very commonly used. People, they don't use the word yes so often as compared to no. Do you want to eat this? No, I'm not hungry. Do you want to wear this? No, it is not looking good. So let's say I'm going to a shop to purchase one dress. Don't you think actually I'm rejecting all the other dresses in order to purchase one dress?
Right.
Let's say I'm going to one shop for eating food. Am I not rejecting all the various shops in the market in order to go to that shop in order to eat food?
Yeah.
Then I'm marrying my husband. Am I not rejecting all the other equally capable people? If I'm talking now to Matt, am I not rejecting all the various ideas of utilizing my time? Mm-hmm. So I'm always rejecting. So if a person is having, if I'm having complete freedom to reject and select, don't you think the other person will also have a complete freedom to reject and select? Mm-hmm. So if you give your prospect the 100% right to reject you or select you, reject your product or select your product, then you will not have any fear of selling.
That's great. I really like that. Realizing that we might love what we're doing and it might be amazing, but we're attached to our business in a special way that nobody else is, because it's our baby, our business. But everybody else that you're meeting, they're just looking for the best fit for them. That may be you, or that may not be you. But if you're okay with that not being you, it makes everything, the whole process, easier. And when you hear no, it's just a normal part of life, and it doesn't have to become the end of the world, especially and even in a sales process. So that's super true. Meeta, we're going to wrap up here soon. Is there anything else you want to, any final wisdom to, this has been really great. I love it. I can't wait to get this out and share it with the community. Any other final wisdom that is important people know about?
Suppose I ask you to watch a ghost movie. Have you ever watched a ghost movie, Matt?
Oh yeah, I like scary movies.
So if you watch a ghost movie, maybe the first time you will get a little scared, right? Mm-hmm. For those who are scared, like I'm scared of, like, okay. So let's say I ask you to watch the same ghost movie again and again and again. Are you going to get scared?
No, it becomes normal.
Let's say it is the scariest movie ever created in Bollywood or Hollywood. Do you think if I ask you to watch it for 100 times, do you think you will get scared?
Probably not after that.
Not after that, right? Probably after 5 times, you will not get scared.
Right.
Exactly like that. Even if you are, for any reason, if you are scared of selling, you know that it is important for your business. If you try to do it for several times, you cannot be scared of selling. There will be a point where you will do it effortlessly. I was very scared of car driving, but I can do that right now without any efforts. Whenever we try to learn something new, we are scared.
Yeah.
Okay? But if all the other things are sorted out, then learning something is totally achievable task, and it is not difficult at all. That once you identify the identity that you have, then everything else falls in place.
Yes.
So identity is most important. Many people, like artists, many artists, they don't know that they are art entrepreneurs. They are business person. They don't know that they have that identity. So when they don't realize that they are entrepreneurs, they try to resist the learnings that an entrepreneur needs to learn. So they suffer for the rest of their life. On the other hand, I understood that I am an art entrepreneur. So I have to do branding, I have to do marketing, I have to do promoting, selling. So I can do easily my job because I have accepted the identity of an entrepreneur.
Yes. Amen. I love it. Meeta, thank you so much. And where this is gold. I encourage anyone who got this far, take 1 or 2 things that we've covered, pearls of wisdom Meeta just gave us, and go put it into practice. Go take note, listen again, put something into practice. Watch that scary movie. If you're feeling the fear, do it anyway. It'll get easier. Selling is not a bad thing if you do it the right way and with the right intention. And Meeta, if someone wants to find out more about you and what you're up to, where can people find you?
I am there everywhere. If you search my name on Google, I will be appearing a lot, many times. I'm on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook with the name Meeta Dani.
Meeta Dani.
Yeah, if you search meetadani.com, it will take you to the website. If you search Meeta Dani on Instagram, you will get my name.
Easy.
Same.
I like it. Meeta Dani, easy to find. Thank you so much again. This was fabulous. And we really appreciate you joining us here.
Thank you so much, Matt, for giving me this opportunity to talk to your people.
All right. Bye, guys.